Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, you can get it for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the newest version earlier, you can go to their Patreon, where it's $3 a month for this game and others. So, on the last Let's Play, as Cliff, we got some water because we were thirsty, had a bath because we were stinky, and then learned that the Reverend's dead. Yeah, the Reverend was killed, and people were thinking it's a big old angry boar because the townspeople killed a big old angry boar. Boars can be dangerous, but doubt. Anyways, yeah, and William and the Ram came to the settlement, at which point the game was like, hey, we're out of content. Until next time, another Let's Play. So then we restarted the game, and since we did William first, and then Cliff second, we're doing Murdoch third, because my friend told me to. Oh yeah, and we should probably also change the preferences. Boop, boop. Murdoch, bestest boy. Alright, Murdoch, I'm in need of some money. I'll give this bet of yours a shot. What was the bet? The fox stares at me, a little taken aback, as if bothered by a stray thought. But if that's the case, perhaps you shouldn't? As you said, you're hurting for funds. He gives me that warm, friendly smile again, and tilts in a sing-song voice, and lits in sing-song voice. I'm still confident that you'll lose. Really now? Pretty thing like you, feeling flighty all of a sudden? Color me surprised. Seems to me like you just got trapped by your own confidence. The fox lets out a one-note laugh and gives me a scrutinizing look. I'm merely making sure that you're comfortable with no guarantee to make any money tonight. I shake my head and cross my arms. I'd be much more cozy with seeing your money up front. Sentiments are lovely, but cash is lovelier. Have at it, or don't ya? Wait, have it or don't ya? Murdoch nods as he plucks a worn wallet from his vest pocket, producing a slip of paper. A spare pen, please? I've got one. You have pens? Cynthia scurries over to Murdoch with alarming speed, wagging the pen so close to the red fox's face that he recoils. Ew, goyles? Who would want to have sex with goyles? He plucks it gingerly from paw once she stops wiggling it. I stare at Cynthia. She grins and flicks her gaze beside her. Or behind her? Cliff watches the scene unfold before him. Rightfully? Sorry, I can read. You're spending the night with the other bloke then. No, wait, you're spending the night with the other bloke then? He sure is, but... Ow, that hurt. But don't worry your handsome head. There is plenty of Sam to go around. Fortunately, this means you can spend the night with me instead. Well, I do wish to ask you some things about the Masada tribe. I feel a powerful resentment from the glares of the woman sitting on the couch, silently staring at Cynthia as she holds her arms out to Cliff. Her arm out. We can talk about anything you like, but first, tell me more about Batavia. Batavia? She guides him out of the room into a dark corner with a slight bounce in her step. She wants that stoked duck. Murdoch gives Cynthia a bewildered look as she leaves. Then he proceeds to write on the slip of paper. I walk forward, watching him as he scrawls. It's his check. My eyes widen. That's the amount you promised, all right? He hands me this paper. He hands the paper to me and winks. It's worthless without my signature, so don't get any ideas. I study the check closer. There's an area in the corner of the notes for notes, and all it says is, for impropriety. What's that mean? Oh right, did I reset my face? There we go. Now, I can't go back on my word. I hope you'll take this seriously now. I stare again at the amount of money in my grasp. It's certainly enough for a train ticket. Not enough to live on for much long after, but there's no question in my mind that my luck will turn around if I can haul my ass out of this town. It just seems a bit stupid to leave a paper trail like this. But then again, nothing you've done seems particularly bright. He shrugs at me. I'm not careless with the notes that I write. Besides, if William likes you, I don't think I have much to worry about. Except, William doesn't know everything about me. Now, does he? Let's get this over with. We're both sitting on the bed on my bed now. Murdoch is sprawling with his arms held behind his head, and his left leg crossed over his right. Okay, just a random thought appeared in my mind. Do you think some prostitutes or escorts or something like that have a separate bed for sleeping and fucking? Because you don't want to sleep where you work, you know? But anyways, it's... Yeah, you'd think it would be a little bit weird, you know? Because it's your workplace. Anyways, Murdoch is sprawling with his arms held behind his head and his left leg crossed over his right. My hands are folded over my chest. I have to touch myself to remember how rough the padding on my skin is. Just gentle taps and subtle squeezes to practice my grip. Murdoch tilts his head and wrinkles his nose. Something wrong? Nothing in particular. Sorry if you expected something fancier. This is where I sleep. Also happens to be where I fuck. The red fox lies back, frowns, and turns his head to me, giving me another look. I had to share a room with both my sisters growing up. This is fine. Wait, what was the check about anyways? Was it about fucking? Anyway, it is kind of weird that I forgot. Anyways, you barely know me, but you seem to think I'm spoiled. Now, I feel myself frowning. Well, no offense meant, but aren't you? You're offering me about a week's worth of pay for one night like it's nothing. That's about a week's worth of my pay too. I'm just a salesman. My family owns our businesses. And I'm not guaranteed to inherit it. They aren't exactly on the same financial footing as the Hendricks. Well, who is? I suck on my teeth. Who knows if the railroad keeps bringing business here? Maybe you'll find if you stick around long enough. No, oh, who knows if the... Yeah, okay. Can't be sure that I will. If I make out with your money tonight. He smiles. Fair enough. You haven't asked me why I'm confident I'll win. Still haven't asked you for your conditions, really. I don't even know what the bet was. But I figure if you run out of time, then I'm winning regardless. And I'll hold you to it. You know, the reason I crinkle my nose is because I can still smell him on your bed. I feel some blood rush to my cheeks. You shouldn't be talking freely about my clients like that. Yeah, that would be another problem. Like, how would you hide people's scents? Nothing I haven't smelled before. I stopped by that one's office enough times in the week. I'd warn him, but I don't exactly have that sort of... His eyes list over me. Well, I let out a big sigh and tore my paw. Well, leverage, I suppose. He adjusts himself on his pillow and stares at me. It was odd to me that your scent was missing. That is to say, you still have a scent, of course, but there's a particular trace to... The fox is blushing now, as if doesn't wish to say seed. Now Murdoch is the one sighing. As you said before, you're in the business of pleasure. I want to give you some too, but I'm a bit tired of business though. The fox moves over to my side of the bed and stares at my chest. Mind telling me what makes you happy, Sam? Lots of things make me happy. Rain in the spring, genuine laughter, a good friend to keep me warm. But I almost died because I shared the truth with a stranger. Because I fell in love with him in less than a week. And you don't get to know that. Especially if you're helping William. I'm not a bad cook, I've been told. But mostly peace, quiet, money, fucking. And do you get to do much of the last one? The way you like it, I mean. One of his dark paws is resting on my leg. Usually no. My mouth and my rear do the work more often than what's between my legs. I'm not sure why I'm telling him this, but I don't particularly want to talk much more. I can't get stupid again. At least, not this pathetically quick. He's rubbing the sides of my legs now, groping the fabric, cupping my muscle. The heat from his paw sinks into me. I shut my eyes and feel that warmth spread to my inner thighs, tingling. Until there's a frosty gaze of smooth metal against the side of my belly. What the hell? The fox mumbles something irritably under his breath. It was only my camera. Glare into the fox's little black box that slung around its neck. It seems to be staring back at me, with one glimmering black insect eye. I feel sudden crawls up my skin. I look down to my paw, expecting to see a fly or a gnat. What I see is a hairy blonde tarantula. Drooling fangs. Black eyes shining in the light of the oil lamp. I can't help but yowl. The fox's ears splay back. His chest heaves quickly from the sudden noise of my yelp. That's a face there. He's holding his ears as if they've been damaged. What's wrong? What happened? Look back down and realize that I had just been looking at my hand. I wiggle my digits, seeing there's only 5 of them. Then I let out a huge breath of air. I thought I saw a tarantula. Murdoch lets us out a breath of relief, too. Your scream is awful. A big guy like you, scared of spiders? Get out of here. Wouldn't be surprising if you did see one, though. They're common around here. I wanted to yell that spiders don't bother me, but they do when my hand looks like one. What's wrong with me? I touch the side of my head, feeling my scab beneath my fur. Just another selling point for this place. Anywhere with the right people can feel like home, you know. I'm sorry the camera set you on edge like that. Why are you still wearing that damn thing? Forgot to take it off is all. Bad habit. He fusses with it, removing it from his neck and placing it on the end of the table. Sorry about all that. Most folks around here don't have a reliable way to take photos. It's pretty precious to me. Plus, ensures I have something people around here will always need. But enough about all that. I've talked your ear off. Hear the rustle of fabric as I watch Murdoch slip out of his vest. I think about it all the time. I think it's about time I made myself more comfortable. Next, he goes for a shirt, revealing white abs that blend into his russet fur as they reach his sides. He's sliding out of his sleeves now, and folds his shirt and vest, rising them to place them on a cushion of the chair in the corner. I watch his back bend. There's some shine to his coat from the heat outside, but I smell aftershave and lemon more than Fox. Maybe even a bit of polish from the suspenders around his shoulders. His gaze and his snout follow the top of my head to the base of my feet. Williams looked at me plenty of times like this before, but this is the first time that somebody else has. Oh. I was like, but isn't he Williams? Like, oh wait, no, Murdoch. I'm not surprised that you make a living like this, looking how you do. I honestly am. He looks at me quizzically with green eyes, and I break the eye contact from our gaze, feeling shame. A body like mine could be doing a great deal of things, noble things even, but here I am, here in this room, doing my best. But if it ain't my body's fault, then it must have been my personality. The fox touched my face with his paw. I let him do what he wants, but there's a tightness in my chest from the suddenness of it all. Then he looks at me, really looks at me. Your personality? Sam, I can't read you at all. I feel him stroke my fur with a warm, slender digit. And you don't have to let me. Personal is personal. I understand that very well. His face dips close to mine, and I can feel the breath from his nose against my cheek, and the light tingle of his whiskers against mine. But I have a better read on what you like to feel. I have a better read on what you like to feel. On what you like to feel more than I touch. The more I touch you, how you react. The fox twirls a digit down my neck, grazing against my shoulders, down my front. It glides across my stomach, making me grunt, and causing the hair on my back to bristle. Then he crouches in front of me, kneeling, showing me the muscles on his back and shoulders as he dips into my groin, nosing at me there. The terms of my bet are that you'll finish before me, Sam. I push his head away gently from my lap. Fine by me. I have a good deal of stamina. But it ain't exactly fair for you to get ahead. We do this my way when my pay's on the line. How about 3 touches each time? 1 down the base, then once back up to the tip. That could count as 1. His face gives me less than his pants do. Gives away less than his pants do. He's pitching his own tent at the thought of it. I can win this. That works. I stand up, stripping my shirt first, letting him watch. He sees my chest, and I smile. That's when I let my shirt drop to the floor along with my straps. My pants fall with me, and my excitement is there, waiting for him. The greedy kinds of men like to know that I want them, and he seems the type. Yours comes off too. Murdoch nods, staring between my legs. His arm crosses his chest to slowly unstrap the suspenders, letting them hang loosely from the sides, and he moves his hip to shake off his pants. They drop from the waist, causing his cock, already hard, to bounce when his clothes hit the floor. You can go first. I step up to him, grip his waist, and bring him close to me with one paw, while my other hand gets to work. The smell of Fox is a little bit more noticeable now underneath the aftershave and the lemon. He's warm in my paw, and his skin is loose enough to push against his shaft. and slide to his base, where I can feel his heartbeat. I pull away and, with some satisfaction, feel him twitch against my paws when they depart. 1. I hear him breathing through his nose. As I touch him again, I pump, feeling him get bigger in my hand. He's much thicker than I thought he would be. Jesus, I thought you were already entirely hard before. Wait, I thought you were entirely. Murdoch chuckles, looking a little bit nervous. Haven't heard any complaints yet. You're at 2, Sam. I tug him again. This time, there's a bit of slickness as my hand pulls away from his tip, and it makes him bark. I leak a bit. Yeah, you do. Hopefully, this shakes your confidence some. That's normal for me. It's just nice to feel your grip. You know how to use it. I know how to use a lot of things. The fox bends his knees and touches the floor. My turn. I stare him down, following his long, smooth spine that leads into his huge tail. Swaying and dangling as his eyes list over mine. He bends in to blow warm air on me, causing my balls to react and the fur on my back to tingle. The hell are you doing down there? I didn't say we had to touch with our hands. We had to touch with our hands. Now hold on. You can use your mouth next too if you want. Didn't say I did. My jaw is a bit sore from earlier. So William's that big? Shouldn't surprise me, I suppose. Though you are a bit daunting yourself. I feel a warm, flexible tongue press against me, swirling around the bell of my tip. Next, it moves down the side of my shaft, curls around its underside as it does, sliding down to my base, then retracts quickly, flicking my tip as it leaves. You're a leaker too, gauging by the salt. Not yet, I'm not. Wait, not yet, not. I growl at him. 1. He dips down again, and this time with his whole mouth enveloping me in a long, slender, tight snout for less than a few seconds before pulling away with a satisfying smack. 2. He blows hot breath on me before impeding the motion, and this time making a gagging sound as he slips down on me, dips to the base, lingers with some forceful sucking motions, then pulls away. Too much. I push him off, feeling my heart pounding in my chest. There's a tight pressure in my groin that slips off, and then, suddenly, there's a thick feeling of warmth welling up out of me. I notice that a strand of pre is connecting to his lips to the tip of my cock, even as he parts from me. He smiles up at me. Things might get messy sooner than I expected. Only because you're cheating. I'm following the rules just fine. If you're concerned about them, then do anything you like on your turn. I want to punch him, but I don't think that's going to make him come faster. You never know. Or maybe it will. I might be able to find that out later. Damn it. I push him down on the bed. Spread your legs. Murdoch nods, obeying me. Then I dip down to show him how it's really done. I swallow his entire length whole, covering him in spit. I grab his shaft with one hand, purring, playing with his big dick in my mouth as I get more of him to flow. His back arches neatly, and I make sure to keep sucking until he's panting. I'm certain he's whining. Sorry, I think I just kind of lost my ability to read. He mentioned something weakly about the rules, but I don't particularly give a damn. I cover his balls with hot spit and clean off the dribbles. Then I notice his pink, wet little asshole, and stick my tongue in. He's yelping, and he smells too much He smells so much more like a fox than lemon or aftershave now. No matter how much you clean up or dress up a man, they're always the same underneath. You can't clean the stink of heat or the desperation of a sweaty paw. Murdoch knows this too, just as much as I do, as he waits for me to rise, my cock at full mast. He lifts his legs to wrap them around my waist, pulling me closer. Then the fox bends his legs as he drags his entire body against the bed, towards me, then away, just to rub his rear on my wet tip. 1, 2, 3. I feel him spread slowly as he takes me inside. He's gritting his teeth and showing his fangs, eyes completely closed, as he parts, squeezing me while his tail thrashes and I sink in. I know I'm close, but I know he's closer. His pulse is thrumming against my belly as I push into him, driving more and more of his pre out with every buck of my hips. He feels like velvet on the inside. As I fuck him, I can't shake one thing from my mind. Give me my money. I hold him by the shoulders and take a deep plunge. He's yowling, but there's still a smug smirk on his face. That's when I decide to go faster. At this pace, the sound of my balls slapping against him go off in the room. His expression changes, and he's moaning like a bitch. Like my little bitch who needs me. I can smell him. Can smell my money. Smell money until he clenches. I try to pull out, but I can't. Ooh, hot. I always love smooches. He wraps his arms around me and pulls my mouth into his powerful kiss, swallowing my tongue with sudden strength. He's holding on to me and squeezing me, flexing his little asshole around me until I'm trembling. No. I feel my balls pull back as my own asshole clenches. I close my eyes, feeling hollow, feeling empty, as my last chance to leave this town empties into Murdoch, binding me here, binding me to him, binding me to Echo. I feel sad, dumbfounded, stupid. Told you I'd win. I'm a fox. It's what I do. I don't know if it's the exertion of fucking or the sudden rush of anxiety that's causing my head to swim. But I can't do much else but look down at the bed I've made for myself, watch Murdoch's dick throb and twitch as I pull out of him, then lower my head onto it. He's earthy and bitter when I finish him, but I swallow all of the same. I might just continue until he puts pants on to say me a thing, or see what's up. It's barely daylight when I open my eyes, but the golden light is flooding the room all the same. Murdoch's tangled up with me. His arms are wrapped around my chest, and his tail is curled around my legs, keeping me I mean, it's daylight. We can call it. We got just a minute. So, the end of this Let's Play. Oh well, that's going to be the end of it. So, please comment, because I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and like to grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the rest of the grow. And please remember to spay your animals to help control the population. And if you want to play this game, it's available for free on itch.io. But if you want to support the people that make this game and or get the news version earlier, you can go to their Patreon. $3 a month for this and other games. And until next time, I'll say, me, GamerWolfSix of the Smoke Room. So thanks and see ya.